It was a frustrating day. It was a frustrating day. All the way around, you know. Great opportunity and didn't make the plays we needed to go win. This hurts bad. Didn't think we'd be having this conversation right now. You know, not my vision for the game at all.
Okay, so that was January 22nd. The next day, everyone goes to their locker to clean out their locker. The media gets to talk to players. Tannehill, nowhere to be seen. We haven't heard from him in February. We haven't heard from him in March. Yesterday, Austin Hooper, of all people, Austin Hooper, a new signing, was the one who revealed that Ryan Tannehill is not going to be at voluntary workout. You are a $30 million man who had the number one seed. Like, I don't know. Maybe it would be good if Ryan Tannehill came to voluntary workouts. I don't know if he's a made man like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. I don't know if Ryan Tannehill's in that conversation. Personally, if I'm a Titans fan, I would have loved Ryan Tannehill to come, be there first day of voluntary workout, say, we're going to get right back at this thing, get at the podium, and say, yeah, I know A.J. Brown's unhappy. I love A.J. Brown. We're going to make sure of it. And gosh, I'm going to do everything I can because I am the face of this franchise and I'm here. And I'm not saying that's everyone's, but for the Tennessee Titans and for a loaded AFC where every team loaded up either at wide receiver or at quarterback this offseason, I don't know if it's this is the year for Ryan Tannehill to not be present at voluntary workouts. And I know he's a veteran in the league and he can do what he wants and he's certainly a made man financially. I kind of would have liked to seen him addressing the media yesterday with the rest of his teammates there for the first day.
All right, I feel like I got to stick up for Ryan Tannehill here. Okay. We're pouncing on him left and right.
Sure.
I hear the spin that you're saying with that and how that could be a bad look. But I also look around and it's, okay, there's a difference between a quarterback missing an on-the-field practice, an OTA, or a minicamp. Week one of the offseason program is lifting and running. And it's guys, hey, how much weight did you gain over the last 3 months? Let's get you on the scale. Let's find all that out. So I personally went through all this. I remember every offseason when I was with the Giants, Jeremy Shockey would not show up for the offseason program.
Tight end.
We knew tight end, right? Different position. We knew he wouldn't show up, but yet the New York Post, the Daily News, it was on the front page. Shockey not at workouts. The very first on-the-field practice, Shockey would be there. We would do conditioning afterwards. He would run with the wide receivers and he would beat them all and he would like pound his chest like, you know, it was kind of like this thing that every single year it was like, all right, we know what's coming.
Sure.
People were upset and then nobody showed up for voluntary workouts. Now, I was a player rep, so I kind of had to say, look, guys, it's voluntary, you know, so you don't have to be here. But from a team standpoint, I wanted everybody to be there. I want my quarterback to be there. Here's why I'm trying to put this fire out because you know who else wasn't there yesterday? Mike Vrabel. The head coach wasn't in the building. Now, Monday after Easter, it's a holiday weekend. So, look, I'm not going to sit here and say, boy, Ryan Tannehill, he should have been there. Come on. No. Like, listen, I'm sure he's going to have his time, his throwing session with his guys. And for A.J. Brown, for people to be coming at him and saying, you're not going to be in an off-season program, I've got no beef with him. All right? Do you think that guy needs an extra workout? Have you seen him with his shirt off? No. I'm not worried about that guy showing up in shape. So, look, Titans fans,
I'm so
chill
shocked.
out. You're fine. You're good. This is the best team in the AFC. You said the number one seed, right? They've got a smash-mouth football team on offense. Their defense is phenomenal, and they've got some studs up front. They just inked Harold Landry to a big contract, monster deal. Jeffrey Simmons, people are comparing him to Aaron Donald as of late.
Yeah, but are you buying?
O'Hara, I'm totally.
These guys are. This is the best team in that division, and we're going to sit here and be upset because somebody
because
showed up on
they're
an
the best
OTA.
team in the division because of the guy that you showed that wasn't there named Mike Vrabel. They didn't get the one seed because of Ryan Tannehill. They got it despite Ryan Tannehill's poor play, and it goes further than that playoff situation where he had 3 interceptions. He in his career had his worst touchdown interception ratio since 2018 when he was a Miami Dolphin. This passing game, they can be as smash mouth as they want, and Derrick Henry can come back, and we should all feel really good about that, and it's exciting, and they should be contending. But, I mean, are you kidding, Sean? They're not going to get to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl unless they have a passing game, and that's something that they should be working on. Optic-wise, he was the weakest part of their team last year, and he should absolutely be there.
They're not. Yeah, but like my point is, they're not working on that right now.
It's optics, though.
It's the workout. It's the first week of off-season program is lifting and running. So So it's not like, hey, they're on the field. If Ryan Tannehill misses a mini camp or isn't there for OTAs, oh, absolutely. Then I think
You feel good about the Tennessee Titans right now? And
In this
April
AFC?
19th, in the AFC, you look at them and you're like, they're fine?
I feel like they're the best team in their division. I mean, is Ryan Tannehill keeping up?
I'll give you that.
With
I'll
Herbert?
give you that. Is that the goal? They have lost at
that.
home now 2 years in a row in playoff games. That's how they finished their season.
Yeah.
I don't think the goal is to win the division.
No, it's not. And I feel like this past playoffs, being the number 1 seed, that loss hurt even more because, obviously you're the number 1 seed. You're thinking like, all right, we're going to the Super Bowl. They're not the first number 1 seed to get one and done in the playoffs. It happens. It stings and it sucks. I don't put it all on Tannehill. Did he have a bad game? Yeah. That's a terrible time to have a bad game. But there's plenty of film out there of Ryan Tannehill doing his thing and doing it well. And listen, with A.J. Brown, like he was there, but Julio Jones was on and in, off again. They need some peace to it. You're talking about maybe drafting a quarterback. I could see them going to get another receiver. You want to help
Tannehill had his
Ryan Tannehill
worst
out?
passer
Go get a
rating
receiver. Go get
since-
Jameis Williamson.
Since 2015. He didn't play super well, KB. I'd love it. And you're obviously going at Sean, too.
Of
here.
course.
And at voluntary workouts, I don't care about, but just the fact of the matter is Ryan Tannehill objectively took a step back. So I want to know as a fan that he's doing everything he
But
can.
I do think it is complicated, to Sean's point. Like, it wouldn't surprise me at all if the Titans came out 6-1 last year.
Yeah.
Titans smashed the Bills last year. They were in a title game a couple of years ago. It's not as so easy as like Tannehill sucks. It's just not. Like the Titans are a weird breed where just when you start to believe, they let you down, and when you don't believe, they blow up the world. So Tannehill obviously needs to have a huge year. Peter, I'm kind of with you. Like, let's run into the breach one more time, Ryan Tannehill, and fire us up a little bit after that loss. Just a little responsibility.
Optics, I think it is something, and I know get it. This is all forgotten come January. We would never mention this in September. Remember when he missed the minigame? Like, we never would. But right now, in this moment, with A.J. Brown on Twitter saying everyone's coming after him, like I'd like something other than Austin Hooper being out there as the voice of the team.
Yeah.
Do you have concerns about the Titans? That's the question. What is your biggest concern about them?
I don't have concerns. You know what? Get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And win a playoff game. That's it. Like, forget about the regular season. Who cares? You go 13-3, you lose again. Like, where it's the same song and dance. It's almost like the Cincinnati Bengals for all those years. Andy Dalton's like, they get to the playoffs, can't win one. It's like, all right, you know what? It's the same song and dance. Yeah, for Ryan Tannehill, until he gets that monkey off his back, he's in the Matthew Stafford conversation that we were having right at this table.
Yeah.
Before they won the playoffs, and before they won the big game.
And they did get it done without Derrick Henry, and they did get it done as the 1 seed.